Amsterdam has been such a crazy journey for everyone involved. It's really exciting to see it up finally in the cinema on the big screen. So with this, this score is heavily based on woodwinds, who I call the unsung heroes of the orchestra. Like in an orchestra, you have like the string players playing the violins. That's what everyone thinks of in an orchestra. But the woodwinds, in some ways, like the outsiders, which are a bit like the characters in this film, which sounds very conceptual, but it actually really worked for this score. I found they're like these really interesting, quirky characters, and I wanted the score to kind of have some of that energy. I think the music adds a lot of optimism and light to this film. I think there's something really beautiful about the core friendship between Margot Robbie's character, Christian Bale's, and John David Washington. And I really wanted to capture those moments in your life when you have these friendships and these sort of pacts between people you love, and how much that can mean to you through the rest of your life. And that's kind of what I wanted the score to really capture. Yeah, weirdly, I watched the film and I wrote loads of music pretty much a couple of hours after I watched the film, so I was really inspired. And the very first thing I wrote is the very first thing you hear in the film, and the very last thing you hear in the film. And that also got turned into a song with Drake and Giveon. So that was like pretty crazy, because it's like my gut response. And for it to become like my very first initial reaction to the film, to become what is the opening and ending theme, and has become this beautiful song as well. That's probably the most exciting thing in this. Yeah, I mean, Taylor sent me a really lovely email saying she liked my work. I was like, this is really cool. And then working with Drake and Giveon as well has been that's been a super thrill. And that all came together so fast. We had this idea for a song. I wanted the song. There's a line, Valerie, who's Margot Robbie's character in the film, and she says, "I'm just grateful for the time we had," and looking back on her life, the time she had with her friends. And the song is about that ideal, this idea, the time you have with people you love, people who you care for, and how precious that is. And that's kind of what the song at the end of the film is about. I think Amsterdam is a really unique cinema film, and there are so many films we see these days which you just know what you're going to see before you see it. And even I can't explain Amsterdam to people very well because it is so magical. It's such a magical, unusual film. I think David's a really fascinating, intriguing director who makes these really amazing worlds of really unusual characters that are really heartfelt. There's real emotion in it, and it's a very special experience in cinema.